We got wind gusts forecasted to hit up to 50 miles an hour today. And access is on the north side of the lake, which isn't good. But we dumped in. Spotlock is gonna make or break this trip. We're gonna fish some deep rocks, try to get on some fish that are getting done with post spawn and starting to gather up out a little deeper. So, got a couple baits here. 5-inch spark shed on a jig head, 5-inch spark shed on a waze jig from Megabass. We're gonna mix up a little bit and see what we can figure out here. Putting some bluegill scent on. There, that one picked up that spark shad. Oh, right when I came up over those rocks. Oh yeah. That'll work. Total post spawn fish that's starting to recuperate. You can see that sucked in belly. You can see that spark shad. As soon as we got to those rocks, that's a good sign right there. So I got 18-pound floral, 3/4 ounce jig head, painted at green pumpkin spark shad, cut off, glued flush to the head, and just casting this out past the deep rocks and slowly reeling it back right over the top of them. That fish there grabbed it while I was moving it and absolutely throttled it. You can see there, not a great picture because we're bouncing all over, but you can see those rocks. There, one grab it. Oh my God. Those things are launching. Holy cow, that thing came 3 feet out of the water. That one grabbed it. And they want to come right to the top. But I don't want them to because they try to launch and spit that thing. I don't know what I got here, but man, it's pulling. Oh, it's a big one. Out on the deep rocks, bouncing over strong, strong winds. And that's what we're getting. Holy man, that's a fun bite when it's going down like that. It pays off to bounce out in the wind and have to super glue your head onto your head to hold it on. Here's another look at that bait. Just that spark shad cut off and pushed right up against that jig head. Just crawling it real slow along those rocks. So we're back. You can see we're still in that same position. That Spotlock has us pegged right where we need to be. You can see a few bluegill beds on top there being built. Just letting that jig fall to the bottom. I'm casting past those rocks. Once it's on the bottom, I just start to slowly reel it so it's just coming within a foot or two of those rocks on the bottom. Sometimes I'm even nicking the tops of there. When those fish hit it, it just loads up and gets real mushy and they just swim off with it. If I don't get bit after a little while, I just stop reeling, let it hit back into the bottom again, let it sit there for a second or two, and then just start reeling real slow again. Okay, I've shown them that for a dozen casts. Now I'm gonna pick up this skirted jig with a spinner on the bottom and just give them a little different look here. Oh, jeepers, that one just stopped it. Oh, man. Holy. Oh, it's a big one. Holy cow. Woo! Look at that. Bucking the waves and pounding some big largemouth. Post-spawn blues are over. These fish are gathering up offshore rocks and hard spots. Throw big jigs, big spark shads, big baits, and catch big fish. I got lucky there because I was throwing this, missed a fish where it ripped the tail off. I already had this laying on the deck rigged up. Different look, but still the big same general look. Fired it out there and banged that big bass on there. Now if I wouldn't have had that and would have taken time to re-rig this, that fish probably would have moved. But by having that ready, I was able to capitalize on that missed bite and turn it into a boated big fish. I was trying to move over just a little bit. And that one just absolutely throttled that jig. Oh, shoot. There. Oh, it came out. These fish just want to come blasting to the top. Oh. Got that thing just throttled in its mouth. All we do is just keep creeping along the rocks. And right now, the ends of the bar, or where there's sporadic rock and not a ton of rock, is by far the best. pounding the waves, man. Pounding the waves. And if you don't have Spotlock, I don't know how you can do it. Our lakes aren't big, but man, when you got gusts 30 to 40 miles an hour and the waves are just relentless, one after another, you've got to be able to hold your boat there, especially once you hook one of these big fish and have to keep it down. Because if you let go of your trolling motor, your boat's going to go sideways and get just hammered by those waves. Yeah. Oh. Super tough conditions as far as trying to cast, hold the boat, keep on the structure and the cover. But man, that Spotlock is worth every single penny and more today. I got waves crashing the front of the boat. It's holding me, it's allowing me to focus on the 360, the rocks, making my casts, and trying to feel the bites when you got a 20-foot bow in your line. Huge difference having that Ultrex Spotlock. God, they're just slamming that thing. Just crushing it. Just ripping the rod out of your hand. It's crazy. Big waves, big baits, big fish. Our early summer bite is starting. Rocks, offshore, bluegills, mix it all together, put a nice jig in front of their face, and you have the recipe for a really successful day.